Now let's face it, Greek pastries are to die for. So joining me today is Phil from Bahari Restaurant in Richmond, Victoria. What are you making me today?
Today we're going to be doing something that's new to our restaurant, which is these little Kataifi cones. And we're going to stuff them with like a really nice honey ricotta.
I love using Kataifi. I think we should be using more of it because it gives such a fantastic texture to dishes, or is a base for many different flavourings, just like we're doing.
I mean, and it soaks syrup, which is, you know, amazing for Greek desserts.
Speaking of syrup, should I start that?
I reckon we should get on a rose syrup.
Okay, so in the syrup, rose water.
Rose water, some sugar, some lemon, and just a bit of water.
All right, nice and easy. And you want to go easy on the rose water because sometimes it can be a little bit overpowering, can't it?
Yeah, I mean, look, you don't want your mouth tasting like perfume at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to get started on making these Kataifi cones.
Okay, so you've brought in these fantastic little moulds. Where can you get those from?
Look, from any like hospitality store you can buy these from. If you can't get a hold of them because they are quite tricky to find, I mean, like, you can do anything. You can put them on a muffin tin if you like and just bake little birds' nests.
Yeah.
And it's about the flavour and the feeling at the end of the day.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, Kataifi, it's easy to handle. You don't have to be too delicate with it.
It is, but you've got to make sure it comes to room temperature because if it's cold and straight out of the fridge, you're going to be pulling it apart. It's going to break and you're going to end up with just shredded nothing.
Yeah.
So
bring it out of the fridge an hour before you want to work with it.
At least, yeah.
Okay.
While I'm doing that, I'm going to get you to make the ricotta filling.
Okay.
So to that, we've got some fresh ricotta.
Sure.
Or you can use a Greek soft mizithra, but this is a lot easier to find in your supermarket.
Absolutely.
And we're going to add some walnuts to that.
Okay, so a nice big pinch of walnuts. And I see there's honey there and
vanilla bean, cinnamon, ground cinnamon, and also something that's not traditionally used in Greek desserts is ground cardamom. Now, I love cardamom, like in anything sweet.
Me too.
It's just a whole nother level of flavour for me.
And they use quite a lot of cardamom in Indian cooking.
Well, there's actually an Indian friend of mine that got me onto using it in desserts.
Really?
So,
there you go.
So what I'm doing now is I'm starting the kataifi on the bottom of the cone. I'm doing a few rounds just to sort of kind of tie a knot. Now, you've got to be really tight and firm with your hands and using your index finger, sort of holding it down as you're twisting and turning the cone and working your way up.
Yeah. And it's quite firm, isn't it?
It is quite firm. Yep. It has to be quite firm because if it's loose, they're going to unravel in the oven, and then that just pretty much sits on our
And you
baking
haven't
tray.
added any butter at this stage,
Not yet, no. You don't want to add it yet, just sprinkling a little bit on top, which will sort of make it go nice and golden while it's in the oven.
And I can imagine how this is going to come out of the oven once it's cooked. It's going to be golden, set, and we'll just carefully take the mould off.
Yeah, you're making me hungry. I want to eat them already.
I can't wait. So how long do we cook these in the oven for?
These will be 180 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes, just until golden brown. Okay, so we've pulled these out of the oven, poured our cold syrup over the top and let them sort of cool down. When they cool down, the cone itself kind of like loosens up a little bit, so it's a bit easier to fill.
Oh, how cool are these?
They're really cool. They're like little ice cream cones.
They are exactly like ice cream cones, and it was such a pleasure just putting all that syrup on the hot kataifi because it's just like drenching it in extra deliciousness.
Kind of mesmerising, isn't it? But I'm going to give you one to taste.
Oh, thank you, Phil. That looks
Just be careful because there is a lot of syrup there.
Yeah, and just dig in, right?
Dig in. Just go for it.
Wow, they are so good. It's that crunchiness, the stickiness, and then you've got delicious cardamom ricotta. They are sensational.
Thank you so much.